framework to change ancient dreams into a reality among the stars.
Thank you very much. OTC, PL2, caution and warning, memory clear is complete, no unexpected messages.
In Atlantis, OTC, close lock your visors, initiate O2 flow.
Give us a go for ET, LHC pressurization.
Atlantis, roger.
Fifteen seconds. 13, 11, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. We have both main engines start. 2, 1. Booster ignition and liftoff of the Space Shuttle Atlantis, building the station and our future in space.
Houston now controlling the flight of Atlantis.
Roger, roll, Atlantic.
Atlantis into the roll, the external tank camera placing the shuttle in a heads-down wings level position for that 8.5-minute ride to orbit. The Florida Space Coast disappearing as Atlantis moves into the correct azimuth for orbit. "33 seconds into the flight. First condensation pouring over the top of the orbiter as the 3 liquid fuel main engines begin to throttle back in a 3-step fashion to 72% of rated performance. "49 seconds into the flight. Atlantis already 2.5 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center, throttling up.
Atlantis, Houston, you are go and throttle up.
Atlantis, roger.
The throttle up call from Capcom Ken Ham, acknowledged by Commander Jeff Ashby, joined on the flight deck by pilot Pam Milroy, flight engineer Sandy Magnus, and mission specialist Piers Sellers, Dave Wolf, and Russian cosmonaut Fyodor Yurchikhin seated down on the middeck. 1 minute, 20 seconds into the flight. This view from long-range trackers at Playa Linda Beach, north of the Kennedy Space Center, and now the external tank camera view once again. Atlantis 11.5 miles downrange, 17 miles in altitude, traveling 2,800 miles per hour. One minute, 45 seconds into the flight, about 20 seconds prior to solid rocket booster separation. Booster officer reports a good solid rocket booster separation. Guidance now converging. Atlantis' onboard computers commanding the main engine nozzles to gently swivel, aiming the shuttle for a precise target in space for main engine cutoff.
Atlantis, Houston, 2 engine TAL.
Atlantis, roger.
And the first movement of the starboard door of the payload bay doors beginning to swing open, the Earth below, as Atlantis currently orbiting over the southwestern United States at an altitude of 143 statute miles at its apogee, 98 statute miles at its perigee.
the whole business of getting off the ground was a lot more violent, I think, than either of us thought. We turned and looked at each other and eyebrows went up. And then the whole world seemed to turn around. The sun flashed across the cockpit as we rolled. And then we just kept getting faster and faster. Everything shaking and banging away. Coming up to SRB set, Sandy.
We are getting ready for SRB set. And we were focused on the, you can see us right there checking the mirror. We were kind of pointing at each other. It's like, hey, you got to look at this. You got to look at this. This is really cool. We were watching the ground fall away from behind us with the clouds and the earth just falling away as we were heading up here. We were also wondering how the ET camera footage was going to look, so we're really anxious to see that when we get back down there. It wasn't as shaky as I thought it was going to be, actually, but it was definitely noisy. And we're getting ready for SRB SEP here. And there's SRB SEP, and I couldn't stop myself. I had to say wow, because it was such a bright flashing light and a big noise, and I'll turn it over to Pierce.
Yeah, we saw the flash and then a big thump and something dramatic happened, and then everything smoothed out for a little while as we just moved forward on the shuttle main engines. And Sandy and I could see this stuff, material coming by the windows, all very dramatic. And while all this is going on, the sky is turning color. It's going from blue, we were the case, it's now a kind of a deep dark blue, slowly changing to black. Somewhere around about here, I think the guys up front tell us that we're past the 50-mile point.
Of course, the 50-mile point is the place which we became official astronauts, and we again looked at each other and it's like, wow, that's pretty cool. And it was really special because Piers and I are classmates, so we were sharing this together. And we hollered down to the mid-deck to let Fyodor know as well that, you know, we were truly astronauts now. And we continued on our way, and it was, Pierce is right, it really was a lot smoother here, although you could still, you know, of course, hear the roaring of the engines, and we were all fixated on the CRTs and looking at what the data was doing, and then sneaking looks in the mirror occasionally. It was really interesting to see the clouds. You can see us right there looking in the mirrors, and I was like, Pierce, you got to see this, because there was all kinds of neat clouds going by underneath us, and the texture was amazing. We were sharing the mirror there back and forth, trying to, and this is actually the 50 nautical mile point right here. You can see us celebrating a little bit. You know, the whole time, I have to tell you, I was really focused on trying to do my my MS2 job and make the right calls, and Piers was doing a great job of calling the comm boundaries, but I have to tell you, half my brain was just trying to absorb all of the sounds and sights and feelings and trying to remember the moment.
Yeah, it's really strange. They were trying to do the stuff that you've been trained to do in the sim, and there is something familiar about this from the sim, but there's something else going on out there that is totally unfamiliar. Sandy and I were looking at each other and looking at the scenery just changed second by second out the windows. It was unbelievable. You could really feel yourself hurtling through the air and then through space, faster and faster and faster. It was quite extraordinary.
I have to tell you, the other thing that was going on through my mind, I was picturing all the people at the Cape who were watching the launch. And having seen a launch once or two times before, I was trying to imagine what they were looking at and what they were thinking, because having seen it from the outside and now being on the inside, it was really interesting, because I just pictured everybody out there at Banana Creek or at LCC or everywhere just watching and watching and watching. And here we were just shaking and rattling and heading all the way up to space.
Well, Pierce and Sandy, that's the end of the video that we are seeing, and I just can't thank you enough for everything that you saw. Oh, and actually, now we have you live, Sandy. Just can't thank both of you enough for sharing that experience. I mean, we all know it takes thousands of people down here to get spaceflight missions safely accomplished, and a bunch of them are sitting right here in the control room watching you, but we can't all go. And by the descriptions that you just gave us, we get to come along just a little bit. So thanks really very much.
Yeah, there are thousands of people down there who do tons of really good work. NASA's a very special place, and there are a lot of special people working there, and we sure wish we could bring you guys up here because it is an experience. Unfortunately, I don't know if words can really convey it as much as it needs to, but you guys, I wish you could all be here.
Well, and I would like...
I really second that. It's we feel very spoiled and privileged, having just had the launch under our belts. It was truly marvelous. And for everybody down there, I can't wait till they invent anti-gravity, and you do this too.
Well, and I see a big thumbs up from Fyodor in the corner there, and we've been doing some statistics here. Hello, Jeff. And we'd like to welcome Sandy and Pierce and Fyodor as the 421st, 22nd, and 23rd people to fly in space. Congratulations, and it's nice to see the whole crew up there. Now, y'all did take Pam along with you, didn't you? All right, Pambo. Looking great.
Hey, I would like to take this opportunity to wish my husband happy anniversary. Today is our 14th wedding anniversary.
And we will pass that along.
Sweetie.
Oh, you have to say that again. I blocked it, Pambo. Say that last part.
The part about the wedding anniversary or the part about I love you, sweetie?
That part.
Okay. As you can see, it's absolutely extraordinary. We don't usually turn the camera on this early because nobody feels like it, but everybody is doing fantastically well, and we're all having so much fun. We all feel great. It's just really wonderful to be back in Magic Land again.
Hello, everybody. We're very proud to be handling this payload, and we won't let you down getting it installed properly. Look forward to working with you. This flight my first flight, and I am very happy because I had a very nice crew. I have a very nice crew. Yes. I have a very nice time in Houston, and 1 year very hard, very difficult walk, but very nice too, because after this time we walk like one family. And the first day, I think the first day is much important day, and we had a very nice, very well first day. Thanks a lot for all guys. Bye.
This is Mission Control Houston. That ends our first highlights package of the mission for the STS112 mission of Atlantis to the International Space Station. Shuttle Atlantis now orbiting at an altitude of 143 miles over the southern tip of Africa, as all systems are good, and the crew is about to begin its sleep shift officially, a little bit later than usual, but that's not very unusual for this point in the mission, as the crew gets everything ready to go for its upcoming 11 days in space. We're going to be shifting the satellite here momentarily over to Kennedy Space Center for those delayed engineering launch replays, and we'll be making that switch here momentarily.